Superstar J Quick with because me and Pete were just fine.
Well, but I say we're going live now, live at 5. But now I will say, if I'm gonna go, I'm starting it off with talking about it. I feel like the hit boy, he had way more hits than I remember. Like I knew, again, like I said, I knew Mike Will was gonna smoke his boots. I just forgot all about the whole later hit boy hits. That niggas in Paris, that Otis, that he ended up he had the ASAP Rocky joint, bro. Like dog really had some hits under his belt.
Yeah.
And Nicki Minaj, when I forgot that he did the Big Sean cliche, the click shit, bro. I slept on it. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I slept on dog just because I just knew it wasn't even gonna be close. And it's probably because again, Mike Will, that's more of a Atlanta sound that I'm used to listening to. But man, I was rocking. I was showing enough rocking the whole time.
Oh, I actually slept on the entire thing. I didn't watch it.
Oh my God.
I meant to, and I think what happened was I got really deep into House of Cards. And it's a show on Netflix. It's old. It's a political show. Kevin Spacey before he got in trouble. Well, he kind of got in trouble during that time, but it was but you know
it's Kevin Spacey. That's the one that be on that playing on the Horrible Bosses movie.
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, gotcha. I don't know, but I don't really know who Kevin.
But
Spacey
apparently,
is.
like he's a freak, but he ain't like he ain't a pedo or rapey freak or grapey freak. Excuse me. But they say he is a freak. But I was watching. Yeah, I was probably watching that and got so deep into that one. Pause. And ended up being like, oh shit, I done missed verses. Damn.
Yeah, no, you missed. I ain't gonna say you just missed a good one, but you missed a good one for sure, because it was way better than I expected. It was a vibe. It brought that whole Atlanta vibe back that we was missing for real. Like when they first got started with the verses, when they had all the hometown sounds, like the who T.I. go up against, whoever the Southern, like when it was Jeezy and Gucci, that whole aggressive sound, like that whole aggressive feel where this gonna be a good show. Okay. This gonna be a good one. It was gonna be a good one. Then Mike Will was bringing out some of his people. The Ray Shermers.
He brought both of them out.
Yeah, he brought both of them out.
They was on stage together.
Both of them. Baldhead Jimmy was out there too, and that's my favorite. I ain't gonna tell you. I like when dog get out there and get the cutting up. That's a good vibe. So the whole thing it was a good time. The whole Ray Sherman was out there.
Maybe he can get them three can get in the studio again.
That was a good time.
Yeah, I know. I was shaking ass back then.
Damn.
Oh, that sounded crazy, didn't it? Yeah,
what?
New Kung Fu Kid. Not like actually hands on my knees.
That's freaky.
Yeah, nah, I was just outside running around because that was the San Diego years.
Yeah, I will say that whole hearing them with that Black Beatles, Mike Will, that Black Beatles, that whole vibe it brought that whole nostalgic feeling back from 2015, 2016, 17, that whole time. It just brought all that back. It was a good time.
I'm a big Ray Shremmerd fan. Like, I today, it was the other day, maybe last week, I was listening to Shrimp Life too. Like I'll put on a Ray Shremmerd album and just like spin it. Like
you can't really, they really didn't make bad music. No. I can't even lie, they didn't make bad music. I feel like they did exactly what they were supposed to do. They end up coming in super hungry, aggressive, dropping music. After a while, they kind of realized that this we friends, but one of us is taking it a little more serious than the other. And after a while, it's time to just figure out what we need to do. They run though.
Sway Lee started writing songs for Beyonce and his
Facts.
his. Hey Jimmy, I don't have time for that.
Facts. And the thing is, that's why I say, but Jimmy, didn't Jimmy have a pen for somebody?
I'm not that big of a fan.
Oh, I thought Jimmy had a pen for or was that Sway Lee? Probably was Sway Lee too, for Janae Aiku, that big hit, what the fuck is that song? Ready.
Are you talking about the Fairy?
The Fairy, yeah, that's what I'm about to say. I think Jimmy, either Jimmy or Sway broke that. One of them, I know for sure.
I really hated and loved that time in life at the same time.
Why?
Because I was vibing with the music, because everybody know I'm a big Janae fan. I got the hoodie in there, all of that stuff, right?
It's only two men that I know is Janae fans like that, and that's you and Swag. Literally, I don't know no one that just love Janae like that.
Don't even bring him up in this conversation.
I'm just saying, bro.
That's a touchy subject, man.
Like, I'm just saying
he needs to relax.
I'm just saying, bro. It's like,
but he needs to relax.
Y'all, like, nobody want to listen to Janae say that all the time.
He needs to relax.
Why? Why? Both of y'all relax on Janae, bro. Both of y'all get the tripping. But go ahead.
You want to hear a Janae story I probably shouldn't tell.
Mm-hmm.
So this is before I got married. I actually went out to Monterey to visit, and we're riding in the car together, and we're riding along the coast, and we're just talking about different stuff. And I was like, yeah, Janae Aiko is like the one interview that I think I'd be nervous to do.
Why? Just because you got a vibe for her?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But I said this in the car.
Oh, got you. Then I would. So it's letting it be known you like this person.
Yeah, it changed the mood.
I mean, I get it. Nah, I get that for sure. Especially if you let it be known like that.
When Janae would come on, it just
started getting weird a little bit.
Yeah. I had to. If I wore the hoodie, it's like, wearing your girlfriend today. Yeah. I'm like, yeah. Wearing you every day. Anyway, but the point I was making was, dog, I hated that era because every girl swore she was the fairy, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, hey, cut this off. You've been single too long.
I'm trying to tell you. Oh, you done gave it out too much. Can't be the fairy and everybody getting a piece of that little sprinkle. Now it's just like, that's the thing. Shit, you can't be a fairy and everybody getting a sprinkle of. Hell no.
And if ain't nobody been mesmerized by it, ain't no magic.
And then that means you just, like I said, you just giving it out and motherfuckers ain't falling over behind it. No, hell no. You just a villain got one. Then that's it. Ain't no fairy, it's villain here.
Okay, I want you to think, and I don't want you to say a name.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to think about somebody in real life that we know.
Mm-hmm.
And think about somebody that you haven't touched.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think the fairy would be? Again,
this is somebody I haven't touched.
Yeah, just from like vibes, what you've observed, maybe the way you've seen guys act about them, maybe some of the things you've seen guys overlook, or you know, how many kids they got. Anything, right? Anybody that you haven't touched. Who would you think the fairy might be?
I know. I got you.
No.
I know.
I'm not talking about anybody.
I know, but I'm saying I know your answer without answering.
No. I don't have an answer.
I know, but I'm saying I know you going on, but
hey, nice.
I got one.
Nice set of foots too.
Yeah, I know exactly what.
Well, I know who you think I'm talking about, but that's not who I was talking about when I asked the question.
Yeah,
or thinking about when I asked. Well, look at me lying.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Cut all that shit out. Yeah, no, I definitely know.
Nah, but that's a nice set of feet. I want to see those in person.
What's wrong with you in feet? No, hell no. Listen, that's what I'm saying. No, I know exactly who you talking about, but I got one in mind. Somebody I ain't never touched, I ain't never played with like that. My dog, but yeah, no, hell no. It ain't that. It ain't. But I think it would be a fairy. Yeah, I do think that.
Do you think we'd ever have these conversations like in real, like on the show for real?
Yeah. I feel like we
we could, but I'm not today.
I feel like we could though, because again, I mean, yeah, we ain't got to today, but I definitely feel we could. Because again, it's so many people that always ask what exactly, like, who are the key players that you be pointing at or that you be trying to, hint at? And my thing is, like I said, I feel like we give one show where we just direct answers. Oh God, that's it. That might be the way.
Hey, you know what? I thought about something. Hey guys, we're throwing a party February 28th at the Loft, downtown Cartersville. Yeah, we should probably tell people that. But no, so I totally lost my train of thought. What do I be hinting at? Who do I be? Oh, now I remember. I thought about this thing. I was like, maybe we sell some VIP tickets to the party, right?
Mhm.
And what comes with the VIP experience is that person gets to like come be on the show. Or is that us saying we think too much of ourselves?
No, I mean,
you get the VIP, you get to come kick it for a show.
You get to kick it. I mean, you get the vibe. I mean, it is kind of self-centered, I guess, if you want to say it that way in a certain way. But I also feel it's marketing, because again, it's like we building our name up. We building up. If whoever want to come be a podcast or whatever they lacking, shit, they can come and get active with us. They can see how they look on camera, how they get the vibe on camera. You know what I'm saying? So personally, I don't think it's a bad move, but
it was just a random.
No. I'm not saying I don't think it's a bad move, but I do think it should be one of those things where before we actually put them in a hot seat and go live, I feel like we need to have a sit down and we do a little trial run in here without the camera going.
Yeah. Like we would do it like we've done with our guests, like sit up here and catch a full vibe, not like just jump into the show. Yeah, that's a lot.
And do it like off camera sheet or off camera teas and shit like that or whatever. Just keeping it going that way. Want to, just to get that vibe that first couple times.
I ain't gonna hold you though. Like, I don't know if I just like want a man just like sitting in the chair right there, just watching us like record. That's kind of fucking weird.
No, because again, what is wrong with you? Men can come sit in here too if they want a VIP ticket and me and y'all.
Oh no, they're more than welcome, and I would definitely honor it and be happy to have them here and say, hey, thank you, I appreciate you for paying a little extra money to come party with us. All of that stuff. But just the idea of just a dude being like, hey, dog, no, I ain't gonna be on the show. I just want to just watch y'all work.
That'll be tight, because again, it's just like an audience. So we're gonna have guys in there as well coming to watch us work. It's gonna be all that. We welcome everybody, and they're gonna all be treated like family when they come.
Oh, absolutely. No, you're welcome. I'm just saying, if you're a man, you just want to watch two men talking to a microphone.
That ain't gonna be that
unique.
Because they might want to get on the mic. If they want to say something, they should be able to have a mic pulled up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, had them popping some little combos as well.
I don't know if you noticed, I'm rearranging in there, and I'm gonna have it set up so that when we do have like multiple people up here, the room is set up for the show and everything. Okay. It's just like super easy.
So y'all gonna start
when we have people.
Okay, got you. So we still just
yeah. And I got some more stuff I'm doing in here. I just haven't made it this far yet.
Yeah, well, I had one of the buddies. They actually, we can talk about this more off camera. I had one of the people we worked with before. They was talking about actually coming back on and catching the vibe with us again and doing this and that. But I actually told them if they do, we want them to come back and we want them to be, we'll talk about it off camera. But you know who I'm talking about.
Bald-headed. Brother. Rapper.
Hell no.
Country nigga. Women.
But they just said they want to do something work-wise. They want to figure something out. They want to start trying to, because they want to start partying for their side. And I feel like that shit would be a good mix and a good vibe for everything.
Tell them come talk turkey, man. We working on something.
But
records.
That's all it was. But
hey, man, what's your thoughts on this party though, man? We throwing a party.
I feel like it's gonna be a vibe, man. I feel like if we're gonna get everything together, we're gonna have the vibe set up. I feel like it's gonna be a good marketing scheme for bringing the Ville and the Village Vets into one. Because again, it's like I said, you, with Rue, with me, with everybody who gonna be in there, it's gonna be a chance where we can come and actually touch the Ville, be more hands-on, and let the folks get a vibe and actually see us in person. What about you?
I'm looking forward to it. Being around people, talking to people, seeing people who support us, seeing if people support us, Also, listening to rap music at night in Cartersville. That doesn't happen too often. So I'm looking forward to it. I was thinking though, man, I was like, it would be fly if, like, at least for the party, the three of us have on like a unique piece of Village Vet something that's just like unique to us. Like a new shit one of one. Like,
no, that was my idea anyway. I won't even lie to you. That was literally my idea for everything. I wanted to go with one. We have a specific piece to where everybody can have some. Anybody can order some of the merch that we're gonna have out there. Anybody can do their thing, but I feel like we need to have a distinct piece to where, oh, but why that one ain't on there? You know what I'm saying? Why that piece right there ain't on the market? And again, that'll be something that we can push for a later date to where, see, if people like that one, they'll go ahead and pre-order for the vibes that we have on there, but still they can see a different look on them.
I'm definitely gonna make a varsity jacket very early in this that won't be for sale.
Okay. But
I mean, eventually it may be.
Say, why not?
Well, if there's enough buzz around it, but I will have worn the fuck out of it before it could be sold.
I get it. No,
fuck you.
I definitely get that though, for real. Because again, I mean, with that being the case, it'll still be something that people can put their eyes on. They can touch the material. They can see what type of vibe they're gonna get before they purchase it. So,
because that's the next thing we have to do, man. Because between this whole this parade and event, right, and then this party, we have the opportunity to just touch hands with so many people. But we've got to make sure that like we're actually touching hands with people. Like leaving them with something so they remember us, so they can come back to us and find us and subscribe and do all of that cool stuff so that they can become a part of this village. Because what people don't understand is there's so many other opportunities inside of this that like a nigga could make their own Village Vets show that we have very little to do with, because we don't know their audience and like we don't actually care about what they're talking about personally. You know what I mean?
That's a fact, though. I mean, like I said, it's not only are we trying to build just the Village Vets now, we're trying to build a whole brand. So it's like you said, is if we can grow with another crew of people that's trying to do the exact same stuff as we are, and trying to build a brand up under us, and still trying to, get everything they already want before they actually have to go out and purchase it. Because again, we got everything you need right here. If we still trying to make it open to let it be known, we are trying to party, but we also trying to do business. We also trying to, make everybody feel like one, all in the whole mix of it. But still, like I say, I feel like the whole over under thing is just trying to get out and actually let people know this is love. We are trying to have a good time, and still trying to push it forward for the bill.
Because we don't hang out, guys.
No, hell no. And that's really my number one thing, is like, now Unc ain't doing I don't do all that going out every weekend. I don't hang around the Ville like that. Like, if it ain't for Candace Cleaning Service, number one in the world, I'm not doing too much outside shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you gotta start coming to the game.
And that's hard, because again, a lot of my buildings, they on the weekends.
And sitting them hard bleachers like me and Dean.
Back be hurting like a hell. And then again, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't want to keep having all these excuses for everything, but I want to make it where if we're going to be in the Ville and everybody in the Ville, we still trying to mix and mingle with everything, let's do it where we can all have a common ground. If we don't want to go meet up in the gym all the time, cool. Let's meet up at the bar sometime. If we don't want to meet up at the bar sometime, let's go to the Stella. Let's go downtown. Let's go walk. Let's go do something.
And that's why we throwing a party.
Boom. That's the whole point. That's why I'm saying we can everybody can get a mix of our crowd all the way around. You get the older white crew, the older black crews,
will
and
you
everybody.
make sure Blackwell's though?
But yeah, for sure. I'll definitely make sure.
You know, that's my guy.
Yeah, I'll make sure the whole crew, the black Q swag, everybody.
The
whole gang in them, man.
Because I can find myself in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably be drinking tequila that night.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta make sure I shift swap that Sunday. No work.
Mm-hmm.
Just sitting there talking shit with Blackwell, just observing everything that's going on.
You know, he a brown drinker now. He drank Hennessy and shit. He waited till he almost got 40 to start drinking. Hennessy, bitch, you crazy as hell. Anybody finna drink all that shit and get drunk as a skunk.
You know, I was talking to a coworker last week, and we were talking about, I was like, hey, you drink? I'm gonna go have a drink with my coworker. No funny shit. Just go talk shit. And she told me she drank brown. I said, okay. So I ended up not walking down there this weekend. But then today I'm like, you know what? I want to drink some liquor and I want to drink some brown. And I just couldn't buy Hennessy.
So that's why Deuce here?
No, I got Deuce here because Jay-Z showed up in the Epstein files.
We're gonna touch on that. Okay.
Whoa.
We're gonna touch on that.
You remember how like we drank Ciroc? Or no, did we drink Ciroc? Or did we, no, I didn't get Ciroc. I didn't even get the tequila.
No, we drank Ciroc.
We drank Ciroc. Yeah, I bought Ciroc because of Diddy. So because Jay showed up in the Epstein files, it wouldn't be fair if I didn't get Jay-Z's liquor.
But we're gonna touch on that because you know that pissed me off.
You've been down a rabbit hole.
That one didn't make. Go ahead, my fault. Go ahead.
Nah, you good. I'm just over here riffing. You want to talk about Black History Month before we get into the Epstein files? I think we should talk about black people before we talk about people.
Sure, go ahead. You can start lead with that one. I mean, so happy Black History Month to all the guys, gals, the whole, you know, everybody in Cartersville, everybody all over the world, man. Happy Black History Month.
Do you celebrate Black History Month?
I feel like everyday Black History Month, personally. I don't feel the shortest month of the year gonna give us nothing to be celebrating on. So, you know, hey, happy Black History Month, dog. But you know,
I look at Black History Month like being put in a friend zone.
Why you say that? Break that down.
All right, so you know, you meet a girl, she's cute, whatever, you're attracted to her. You start catching a vibe, getting to know each other, and she's actually cool. And then you get friend zoned for whatever reason. But she's actually cool. So you're cool with being in the friend zone, right? Like you still want to pop, but it becomes less of a priority because like, hey, she actually cool. Oh yeah, and she got cute friends that be around. So like, it ain't even about all that. But if you ask me, I'm ready. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at Black History Month. It's not what you want, but it's a cool place to be. But you really want more. Like, we shouldn't need Black History Month, right? Black history should be woven into American history chronologically or systematically, however you're going to teach it, wherever it falls in to whatever like subject, whether it's a time period or it's a series of like different events, right? It should just be there, right? And those people should exist, and then they should just be seen as American figures, not Black American figures, right? So if you had that, we wouldn't need Black History Month, right? But because Shorty won't let me pop, and she is cool, right? And like, hey, we don't have this woven into American history.
Yeah, fact.
But we do need to know this, right? You know, that's kind of like she is cool, so I don't mind hanging out with her. But like, so we need this. All right, so I'll accept. It's not what I asked for, but
it's like you look at it like honestly, and I mix everything into like food worlds. You look at this shit like I look at Black history honestly like an appetizer. It's like you get started. It's good to start off with. It's good to, you know, work your way up and get you going. But then you realize 365 days in a year, 28 of them is spent on this, trying to get us to rush everything in on our head on this. It's good when it's here, but once it's gone, bro, look, we still hungry. We still hungry. We still need to learn some more shit. We still got some more, you know.
It's like people are expecting you to be in shape in March. No, fuck it. people expect you to be in shape in February
Mm-hmm.
just because you had 2 days back in August.
Come on now. Yeah, exactly.
Now I've been drinking, smoking, not running, not lifting this whole time. But you expected me to still be in shape because I went to 2 a day. So hold on, you want us to know and understand Black history and the role that Black people played in this country and in this world, but you're only gonna lightly focus on it for 28 days.
And then you're going to try and force a bunch of shit in for us to remember in that 28 days. We might hear 2 and 3 different lessons on different great Black people. Again, not saying nothing wrong, but it's like we may get 2 and 3 different lessons rushed in on us in one day. We're not going to obtain all that in just one sitting, especially as kids. Not saying we don't care about it, but again,
we don't care about none of that.
Damn about none of that. We trying to get the recess. We trying to get out of here. We ain't trying to, we trying to go home. We want to go be with our friends. That's the thing where I say is Black history is more important personally to me as I got older. Because again, like I said, when we were kids, it was just another month that was rushed, and it was the shortest month of the year. And that's the way I look at it still personally to this day, only because I don't feel we get enough respect on it. I feel like it's just,
And here's the worst part about it. Corporations that show that they don't have the best interest for Black people. And I'm not saying you should have Black people's best interest. That's a corporation. Your best, you should have, profit under whatever model it is that you have to fall into, while obviously not mistreating people. But you got these companies. I did not need a close up for this. But you got these companies who will make all this money off of Black history, selling Black history this, Black history that. When, hey, how about you not sell anything Black history that you make money off of? You know what I mean? And actually do things that create Black history. You know what I mean? Like create new Black history. If you truly care about Black history the way that you say you do, because you can make Black history. And again, I'm not asking for handouts. I'm not asking for undeserving Black people to get advantages. I'm just saying, like, if you really want to celebrate Black history, how can you find ways within your constructs to create that Black history and be a Black history center, right? Like a place that is constantly creating Black history. I'm not saying a company should have to do that, but if you want to profit off of Black History Month and Black history, why not actually put your money where your mouth is?
That's the only way I look at it. And I feel like that's what a lot of us, respectfully, we don't look at that part on. Again, it's fun to say we get 28 days. Again, like I say, to rush that and beat it in everybody's head. We're important, we're special, we're this, we're that. But I just don't feel it. I don't feel the need to try and classify just one specific month and give us this just to make it seem like this should be the time we realize how important Black people are. Personally.
And I think it's different. It's so different generationally, because you think about our parents or grandparents' generation. It means so much more to them because they ain't used to having some of the luxuries and opportunities or perceived opportunities that they had, right? So to them, it's like, bro, this shit didn't exist. We need this because we need something. And to us, it's like, bro, this little something ain't shit. Like,
come on now. I mean, it's cool, but it's
really disrespectful. Yeah, you playing with me right now,
man. You got all these white teachers trying to teach us about Black history, especially around here. That's another thing that just has always grind my gears. Because again, don't get it twisted. I ain't no race bone in my body. However, it ain't no white person in the world that can teach me or tell me about real Black history unless you've really experienced even a splash of it. Like, and I mean on the opposite side too, not just on the side that you win on. You know what I'm saying? So
I think they can tell a story. I don't think that they can can create that same feeling.
They don't have the
through
compassion
experience.
for it. None of that. That's
I won't even say compassion, right?
Mhm.
Because I think that even if it's not true, in
Mhm.
everybody's mind, they've been mistreated, right?
Mhm.
And if you can, and if you, not even everybody's mind, everybody's been mistreated. Fuck that, right?
Mhm.
If you can relate your mistreatment to someone else's mistreatment,
Mhm.
I think there is a certain level of matched empathy that you can have there, right? Or like matched feeling. But I think you have to take a careful approach to it, and still you won't ever understand the full thing, but you can teach me something. I can learn. Now, don't get it twisted. At Morehouse, a white professor taught black political thought, and that is the reason I did not take it.
Mhm.
Because I refused to take a class called Black Political Thought from a white man.
And now you see, that's why I say, like, even with what you saying, that's why I say that is like what you saying. I hear it, but it's a contradiction because again, it's like, yes, they can understand, they can teach it, they can do all this and that. But if you can't really understand how I feel behind it, you can tell me all the stories that you want to say, and you can make it feel, I guess, the certain sentiments, I guess, to make it seem like you understand. But in reality, you can't understand what my grandmama and great grandmama and all them went through because your people never really had to go through what these people did.
Yeah,
You
but
understand?
but when it comes to teaching, I'm not teaching to your emotions. That's what they do at church. Those preachers that Rue doesn't like. But when we start talking, like when we're actually teaching, I'm just passing along information.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? So
what?
like now, do I think that professor could have taught me something that black political philosophers taught? Absolutely. Absolutely. But did I want to learn it from him? No, because for that particular class, and again, college, like a college class is way different than like just learning in general. But like for that particular class, I only wanted to take it if it was going to be taught a certain way because I wanted to learn, and I also wanted the feelings. I wanted the different conversations about being a black political thinker and having those clashes in class, right?
But what you saying though, that's exactly what I'm saying for public schools, for people in high school, middle school, primary, element. Those are still some of the same sentiments that I'm saying. Is like, just because yes, you in college doing it, you understand it more because now you're grown. Like it's easier to understand what you're going through now because you're grown compared to when you're a kid and you learning this from white people and you hearing these from others. It don't sting as much as, for example, let me say this. In Cartersville, let's say middle school, when I was getting told something from a guy like rest his soul, Coach Porter, when he was telling me something, I'm listening because again, that's still my coach. I know he done went through some stuff, whatever. But when I hear Coach Don Gould tell me something, man, listen, that's the gospel because one, he telling me without no cut, he letting it be known because like he telling me as a black man, even with me being a black kid at that time, he ain't cutting no corners because everything I'm getting ready to lead to, what I'm getting ready to go through high school and adulthood, he made it easier for me to understand.
Y'all couldn't stand Gould back in the day.
And again, let me say,
y'all couldn't stand Gould.
We love Gould, but Gould didn't play with us. Like again, he was a nigga that, he was a man that didn't cut no corners on us when we was in the same way with There's Word. A lot of us didn't like Mr. Word, but again, bro, when he was telling us something, we knew it wasn't from no ugly spot. He knew when he got on our ass. Come on, man. We much rather.
So I view these things in different boxes, right? Because what you're talking about, absolutely, absolutely. When I'm talking about just general history, passing along information, like literally just passing on information, not like an experience. That's where I'm like, yo, anybody can tell me anything, right? Like a broke person can tell me how to get rich, if he has the information. It doesn't matter if he lived it, understood it, right?
Mhm.
Like if you actually just have factual information that you're passing along, right?
Mhm.
That's one thing. Now, if a broke nigga is gonna tell me how to get rich and stay rich
Mhm.
based off of experience, we might need to poke a couple more holes in
Mhm.
that, right? Because you may be able to tell me,
Mhm.
maybe not, right?
Facts.
But if we find out that you haven't done this, lived this, I don't want to hear how to do this from you, from your experience, from your thoughts, because you haven't proven it, right?
So,
And that's
okay.
where I am with like the white
Mhm.
experience teaching the black thing. If I'm going for a more personal thing and not just transferal of information,
Mhm.
and that's why I said the class was different, because it was an elective. So I get to pick if I don't, if I choose why I take this class. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So if it doesn't give me what I'm looking for, I'm not taking it. Versus me saying the white professor couldn't teach me black people. Can he teach it? Yes.
But listen, let me. I want to ask you something real quick though.
Okay.
And it's a serious question.
Yeah, go ahead.
The reason I said what I said, I want to switch it up. I want to ask you a specific question. Is the reason you feel like that because, and again, this ain't nothing on nothing. You've always been smart as hell, like a lot smarter than the average. And I don't want to say the average black person, but a lot smarter than the average person. Fuck black or white.
Sure.
When I say that again, and it's not to throw it out there, but I'm just saying it's factuals. It's a lot easier because your mom, she was since you even came, she was always a teacher, right?
She was a teacher now. She worked in the office starting when I think I was fucking pre-K.
Okay, so all right, cool. So that's what I'm saying. So for your whole life, pretty much that's where I'm going. And so with you having a mom that was that was hands-on in the school anyway, do you feel like that's why it was a lot easier for you to just learn from anybody compared to that? Or
no, yes and no. Indirectly, and oh man, this is gonna get touchy. No, because my mom didn't teach me how to learn. All my mom, and you know what, my mom's a prime example. Yes, she is why I can learn from anybody, because the things that my mom was preparing me for, some things she knew, some things she didn't. A lot she didn't know. All she did was transfer information based on what she learned from experience in her job and the people that she was around and questions she asked. But not much of it was from lived experience. It was from observations, talking to people, asking questions and stuff like that. Because as far as like my learning style and stuff like that, yeah, no, my mom ain't got nothing to do with that. Like the shit that I'm actually curious in, mom has nothing to do. My mom has very little to do with it. Like as far as I think you should study this, like none of that shit. Like and how I exit. Like me and my mom are so far aligned on the use of my brain in the way that I present it, right? Because my mom would rather me be way more clean cut. You know what I mean? Like she would love for me to cut my hair, cut the facial hair. You know what I mean? Like not curse publicly. You know, like there's a way that she wants me to be, and I obviously rebel against that. Some of it because I'm rebellious, but also it's just not me.
You.
Yeah. So like, to answer this question, God, it's a long fucking answer, and you make me feel like I'm being interviewed.
Yeah, just
is that you can get anything from anyone, because I've learned that the difference between most people are situation and influences, not actually abilities. So I always thought about this. I had friends in high school who rapped. They didn't make good grades. How are you not doing well in an English class, but you are writing a 16-bar poem to a beat? Not, you know what I'm saying? Not just writing the poem, but you're writing it to a beat. You know what I'm saying? And you're adding in ad libs. You're adding all this extra stuff. I'm not saying it's a good song, but the ability to do that It's way harder than writing a fucking research paper. I'm writing a research paper. I'm listening to what somebody says. What do I think about this? And then I represent it and I use their words, right? But you actually taking original thoughts and listening to a beat, being inspired by it, coming up with a theme, and then using different rhyme schemes and stuff like that. And then then you make a hook, so you got that, then you add another verse here, then after this person does their verse, you come back and do your other verse, all of these different things. So it's like, okay, niggas aren't dumb, niggas are just applying themselves in places that aren't being evaluated in the school system.
But do you see what I'm saying is, and I'm glad you answered that, because you said something. Situational understanding is what you said, is that's what learning is, being in situations or actually understanding what you obtaining. What I'm telling you is, when you have somebody, and it goes back to what my whole point, when you got somebody who understands you and feel like they fit that mold for who you are, that shit is a lot more easier to understand the knowledge and to take that in. And again, not saying nothing wrong with a white man teaching me nothing, or a white lady, none of that. It's just, it's easier to understand and to want to learn the whole history of who I am before this, when I got somebody that looked like me, when I got somebody who understand and breathe and then went through the shit I went through. Again, like I said, nothing wrong with somebody else, but it's just easier for somebody that don't have that same
But you can't relate to.
Boom, man, like don't have that same at home, though. They can still help me teach and learn from somebody else that's outside of me. You get what I'm saying? Because again, I'm going home to my mom, my parents every day, and they're trying to instill shit to me compared to when I go to school for these 8 hours and these other folks trying to tell me something completely different.
What if I told you, if that's your approach to learning, you're limiting your learning, and you should consider looking at learning through a different perspective?
That could be the thing. It's just, again, when you're a kid, you don't know that.
Right. Something I learned probably within the last 6 months, right? Instead of thinking, we typically think of a fact as one thing, right? I'm going to turn this bottle. What do you see on this bottle?
Sword with 2 crosses.
Okay. You know what I see?
What?
I see like 2 arrows, a barcode, and another arrow. Are we looking at the same thing?
No.
Huh?
No.
Yeah, we are. We don't see the same thing.
We are.
Are we looking at the same thing?
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Do we see the same thing?
We don't see the same thing.
All right. So that's learning. So we can all be looking at the same thing, but if we have a different vantage point, we're going to have a different perspective. So the way I now try to learn now, if we're talking about 1 + 1 = 2, that's different. But like when we start looking at subjective things, instead of trying to get the perspective, I want to get many perspectives, because that's how I truly learn what happened. Like, you don't learn this is a Douce bottle until you go all the way around and you see every angle of it, right?
Facts.
But as a black person who lives a racial experience, right? You only see it through your lens.
Facts.
Now imagine being a white person who does the racist act. Imagine learning it, you black learning it from their lens. You might actually be less offended if you learn it from their lens. Because you understand how they got there. And they may be less racist if they learn what they did from your lens, right? Because people don't talk. We don't talk about this serious shit. And like now we quote unquote talk politics and religion, but we really don't. We post about it on social media. We don't actually have discourse. So if we look at things from different vantage points, instead of thinking one is the answer, then we actually learn things and we find that common ground and we can meet each other. So like, if I want to talk about what it feels like to be a black person in Cartersville, Georgia in 2005, you and I can tell the hell out that story. we both know Levi Malden, and this is not a shot at Levi Malden, dog. You're my dog. You're just the first white person who I thought of that we both know, and he was like my first best friend. On God, his experience on life in Cartersville in 2005 is different from ours.
Why you say that?
Because he lived a different life. He lived in a different house. It's just different, right?
Yeah, facts.
But if somebody read what you wrote about life in 2005, what I wrote about life in 2005, and what he wrote about life in 2005, you could read those three things and say somebody's lying. But nobody's lying. They're just speaking from their perspective. So like when we read a history book, even if it's a collection of data, it's still from one perspective. When the slave master talks about slavery, it's different from the slave. When the Southern plantation owner who was born into owning slaves knew nothing but owning slaves, and hears that the North wants to take away his slaves, which means he's making less money. Fuck being racist. You know what I'm saying? And this is not to dismiss racism, right? Or throw it out the window. It's just let's just take something else from this, right? Would you be pissed off if somebody said, "Hey, I'm going to cut your margins by 75%"?
Facts.
You're still going to be up, but I'm cutting your profit by 75%. It's going to piss you the fuck off, right?
Facts.
So if somebody says, "Hey, this was a war on states' rights," that's a valid perspective, even if your states' rights are rooted in you being a racist. But what is your racism rooted in? Like, who taught you that? You weren't born to be racist, right? Like, all of these racist motherfuckers weren't born thinking this way. It's taught to them. Well, if somebody's taught something wrong and you know it's wrong, you can be offended by it, but how mad at them can you truly be?
So
like this is new for me, the way I view racist people. Oh boy, that nigga dumb. He just read the wrong shit. And he was taught the wrong shit by the people who was taught the wrong shit. I don't give it a pass. That doesn't mean you can call me a nigga and spit in my face. But it means that let me find the human in you. Because if I can find the human in you, hopefully you can find the human in me. I'm not asking everybody to be that person.
That's
because I still don't want to hang out and do all that canoe. You know what I'm saying? If I like you, I like you. If I don't, I don't. I like my people. I want to hang out with my people. But I don't want to have animosity with other people. But how do we figure that out?
Slippery slope. That's and I think this is gonna be my last part from it. I definitely still see what you saying. I can hear it, and I can definitely see the point of view where you saying we all learn it from different angles. However, again, I still say Lee is just the angles are totally different when I got somebody else teaching me in a whole different way compared to what somebody else that looked like me would teach it. And I feel like that's why I say is, again, the understanding part. Again, the what was the first one you said? The going through it and actually understanding it. Those are that's the only way you really can learn it. And I understand that. But that's why I say when I got somebody that looked like me that's trying to teach me so I can understand it, it's a lot easier trying to get them to try and teach it to me than somebody that don't look like me, in a school that's already predominantly others anyway. You know what I'm saying? Whites anyway.
Oh man, look, it's growing up black in Cartersville is difficult, and not difficult like, oh my God, I'm gonna die because I'm black. It's more so when you get older and you get a stronger sense of black pride and a stronger sense of what's like acceptable and not. You go, damn. Boy, I let these people talk crazy to me my whole life. I spent the night at these people's house and they talked crazy to me.
And you didn't even realize it. You thinking it was funny and joking and shit up until you got old enough to really that's my whole point.
And it's like I remember people used to be like, bro, AC, you act so white, so white. And it's like, you laugh, joke. I'm like, no, bro, I don't act white, but I get what you're saying because I do a lot of shit y'all do. And it's like, oh, I'm acting right. Oh, better. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I did not know, like, I knew that wasn't cool. Back then, I was like, yeah, I see what y'all, I know what you mean, so I'm not mad, but that wasn't cool. And then I get older, I go, bro, you saying my niggas are wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Like, not different. Wrong.
Mm-hmm. And see, that's why I said it. Like, even going back to when you got pissed off at us, when you snapped out on us, that was one of the things when I was wanting to go back to you and say,
when I snap out on y'all,
when you cussed all of us out, when you snapped out on me and Dean on the, but I don't remember what episode it was. It was when you lashed out. It was after homecoming, but when it was a surprise attack, you said.
Oh,
but where I'm going with that is like I said. But even then, mostly, and even being real, it was niggas that was saying it, us who was saying, but why you talking white? Why you doing that white? But even then, not even realizing you just completing your words. Like, even saying, like, just saying like little shit, like you saying your full word, you breaking everything down to what we everything. And again, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
But it shouldn't be called white.
We just so exactly. We just so used to doing shit our way and being in our vibes. Bro, when we hear somebody black talk white, but why you want to talk like them? But what you doing? And again, that's especially the younger us. That's how it was played. But it's like now, hey, man, get your chili however you got to talk.
Bro, and just think about how little of ourselves we've been taught to think. And some of the, and again, I sound like a white sympathizer today.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those people who are teaching those things are just as ignorant to what it means as we are. You know what I'm saying? Because in their minds, they think that's what niggas are. Because that's what they've been taught, and that's what they've actually seen and witnessed, right? And dog, working where I work at now, right? Where you learn so much. Because I'm not used to being around people who haven't been anywhere. And it's no knock to people who haven't been anywhere. Some of them are young, hadn't had opportunities. Hell, I didn't travel a lot until I fucking left, right? But when you start hearing the stuff that they're afraid of, you're like, yo, my nigga, nobody gives a fuck. Like people from down here, oh, boy, I don't want to go to California. All those hip, bro, there are some conservative parts of California where you will feel at home. And guess what? The hippies don't bother people.
Don't nobody give a fuck about you, especially on the West Coast. Honestly, you do your own thing. You do what you do, and you have your own time. It's just because so many Southerners are so used to being in these Southern states to where they think everything is the same.
Exactly.
Like when you get to that West Coast, you realize, and no disrespect again, you realize black and white is only a thing in the South.
No, it's different there. There you can mix and mingle, and there are more people who are open to it, but please don't get it twisted. That racism shit, that black white shit, there's clubs in San Diego, no Jordans.
See, but I don't feel like that's black or white though. I feel like if we in an establishment and I know and we say this grown and sexy, don't bring no motherfucking Jordans in here.
That wasn't grown and sexy. I could have got in with these.
But again, those are low key dress shoes.
No. I could get in and this fit right here.
Oh, fit.
I can get in with this fit right here. But if I take these shoes off and put on my Concords, the answer is no.
Well, that's different.
Well, hold on. No, I would have to put on a collar shirt because they did collars.
So that, but then again,
no, bro.
Low key grown and sexy.
Yeah. But hold on, you can't allow dirty Vans and dirty Chucks and not Jordans.
See, but that right there, that's the all American look though. If you come in there with dirty Vans, dirty Chucks, dirty Forces, everything that's accepted everywhere in the world.
No Jordans, no Timbs.
No Jordans, no Timbs again because
that's racist.
I can't say
it's a racist look. It's a racist rule.
It's a racist look and rule, yes. But I personally don't think it's necessarily racist because again, they let you put on Air Force Ones. Go put you on some Forces then. Don't wear no Jordans in there like you said. Go put you on a pair of fresh ones and walk on in there. You can still be clean.
Does Hibbett sell one?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Every day of the week, black and white and red. Now they got the all red motherfucker.
I'm getting white.
So that's what I'm saying. You can go. That's why I say that's the only reason why I feel it's not racist because again, if they say we grown and sexy, it's clubs in Atlanta that won't let you get in if it's a grown and sexy night and you got on J's. if you got on jeans, if you ain't got
Yeah,
on slacks,
yeah, but they ain't gonna let you in dirty chucks.
go dirty again. West Coast dirty chucks is accepted anywhere.
All I'm saying is, if you allow dirty chucks and you don't allow J's, your dress code is racist. If you just say no J's, no Tims, or no sneakers, right? No sneakers, dress code ain't racist. But when if I can go in there in a pair of shell toes, back then, $70, $80 shell toes, I can't go in there with a pair of shoes that I could sell for $800 resale. Your dress code's racist. Because it's not about grown and sexy and attracting a certain crowd and stuff like that, because the crowd that wears that shoe can get into your establishment.
I mean, let me ask you though. So I definitely I see where you coming from.
Nigga, but dirty chucks
or golden goose, are those considered?
Nah, them different, because they expensive dirty chucks.
That's what I'm saying.
But they're expensive dirty chucks.
Chucks are $50 down there now. They $30 here. They cheap. They more expensive.
Nah, don't get me don't get me twisted. If I had a grown and sexy spot, them golden gooses, you can get the fuck out. Because I don't want that look. But for me, if I'm like making my dress code, I'm tying my dress code to a particular look. Now, nigga like me, I run a night spot eventually, right? I'm trying to have my shit like Sugar Ray's.
Okay. Boom, boom, room.
Yeah, we're gonna be dressed up.
Okay. Suit and tie. I got a man that's more than 8 foot tall.
I'm not gonna hold you, bro. If this party go right, I really want to do a brunch.
I think that's what I want to start doing anyway. I feel like if we catch fire on this, I feel like once a month we need twice a month. Honestly, shout out to the brothers. What is his brothers promo? They out there killing at the zoo every week. Shit, if that's the case, we fuck around and get Cartersville jumped up. Let us have a pre-party. Everybody come over there, get their vibes started. Then y'all take it to the zoo. We'll come down to the zoo too. Then we take it to the city. Make it just an all-day event if that's the case.
I ain't gonna hold you. If we making money, then now you talking about we just get a bus for the night.
Exactly.
Boom, boom.
Exactly. And that's the thing. You fuck around and we take everybody that's coming from this party, take them to the zoo. We take everybody at the zoo, take them to Seavers. We take everybody at Seavers, take them to the city.
Well, hey. How late you plan on being out?
I mean, that's what I'm saying, depending on how we do which I'm not saying this for this party.
Oh, God.
I'm saying if we fuck around and we start and we actually grab the attention of folks, we can fuck around and start doing a day party and taking it into the nighttime. Do a 5 to 9 if that's the case. 9 to 1, that's starting, or 9 to whatever time.
That's honestly the pocket that I really would like to work in, that brunch daytime stuff.
Facts.
Because I want to party with grown folks.
Facts. And auntie and aunt, they ain't trying to stay out till 2, 3 in the morning. Hell, I trying to be home by 1, 2.
I want to get somebody to come out there, do a little cover music, do some singing. You know what I mean?
Shit, do some little what is that? Sipping paint. Do some goddamn that's a sipping paint. You do what's that other little vibe I've been seeing a bunch of? R&B bingo, rap music bingo, trap karaoke. We can do a bunch of shit if it catch fire like I expected to, but that's gonna come with all the marketing. That's gonna come with actually promoting it. That's gonna come with everybody who's gonna be hands-on with it, because the people that's hands-on promoting, doing all that, those gonna be the ones getting paid. Me and Rue had a conversation today where he trying to do some other shit, which I told him I wasn't gonna talk about it without him being on here, but he ain't showed up. So I'm gonna say it right now. All that carrying on he wanna do is he wanna mix up the everything else. And I told him that
mix up everything else.
I'll tell you specific what I mean off the camera. But he wanna mix up everything else. And I told him if that's the case, then that comes out of his split. So again, the village vets are the village vets, and we gonna all, everybody who's a vet who promotes.
Hey, hold on. We taking a 10-second pause. Let me mute these mics.
Yo.
Yeah, sorry guys. He threw a curveball at me that was a fastball. See, I thought it was a curveball, fastball taken care of.
Yeah, we got it taken care of. But yeah, I just need to make sure we got to make sure everything is everything.
Oh yeah.
You know, we want everything Mel and D's, and that's it. That's all.
No. Cause no, that's.
Okay. Well, let's get on this last.
Bro, you gotta talk about the Epstein files because you're so excited to talk about it, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been wanting to talk about it at work all week, but nobody at work keeps up with it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you, these Epstein files are a lot deeper than what I expected all the way around the book. First of all, I think he said it was 3.5 million pages worth of information.
They still got more to release.
It's literally every top human being that has graced this planet is damn near now. All the best of the best. From your Obamas.
How about Obama's in there?
Oh, 12 times. He was mentioned 12 times. Your Robert De Niro's, your fucking Tiger Woods, your
Bill Gates,
your David Stearns. David Stearns a fucking freak. It's like I said, bro, it's so much shit. But I say, and I gotta say this because the story that stuck out to me the most is actually two of them.
Oh, you forgot about?
This is culture.
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, him too. You forgot about him.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Oh shit.
Oh, forgot about him.
Which Jay. So I'm gonna start with Jay. So Jay and Pusha T was mentioned together. I'm not too much held up and beat on Jay and Pusha personally because one, a lot of the parties got started in like 96. Jay's first album really dropped in 96, and Jay-Z, he was still Jay-Z. Let me not change that. He was definitely still Jay-Z, but he wasn't Hove Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? So at that particular time, I do not think, if my record show correct, unless he was serving that party and he was the Hove, that would have made his whole aura bigger than what it was if that's the Hove we was getting. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I personally don't think rapping music mogul Hove, that's who we was in there with. I don't feel because of that, I don't feel that's gonna hold up and that's gonna stand where it needs to be. Also, even going back to when they put Pusha T in there, the clips ain't never, and I ain't shitting on the clip, but shit, clip biggest time is now. And in the past like year, when they dropped, when him and his brother came back together. So again, like I say, yeah, that's cool, but
but pushing them circles though, I mean, he in the fashion game.
Pushing the circle, but Push wasn't in the circle in 96.
Oh no.
Not to where we gonna put him in there, because again, by the time he was really in the mix, I don't feel grind and all that shit what got him in there.
So let's stay here on the rap part of it, right? Jay did music with R. Kelly after, you know, that girl, she doing interviews now, taking her identity back that nobody knew. So I don't know why she's taking it back, because it was never taken from her because she didn't have a name to the masses, but neither here nor there. And that doesn't mean that she's not a victim, but he did the music with R. Kelly, and R. Kelly is who he was. Dame Dash had his things that he said about that. You know, Dame allegedly punched Harvey Weinstein on set of Paid in Full, and you know, Weinstein's a creep. I don't know if he's in the Epstein files, but I wouldn't be shocked.
He is.
Do you think? And you know, Jay and Beyonce did have that. They do have a large age gap, and we don't know how early or late he got there. Do you think, like, and I'm not accusing him, right? But do you think there's a possibility that, Jay might be a freak? He might be the GOAT. He might be one of the best businessmen, but he also might be fucking freak.
So I can never argue that because I don't know. But what I can say is I don't feel right now we'll ever be able to figure that out, only because Jay is so good. He's so under them white man's arms right now. And again, nothing's wrong. Not shitting on JB, nobody, but he does what they're telling him to do.
You think
Like-
you think he does that?
Absolutely, in every way of the word, besides his hair. Besides Jay-Z's hair, I feel like he does everything that he's asked to do. And he's speaking. He ain't going above or beyond what he need to do. He's staying just contented being a billionaire, quiet dude, letting his lady be the boss of the show now. All that. I feel like he doing what he's supposed to do, how he's supposed to do it. I feel like the reason he didn't really do many of that, he didn't get involved in that country album, because if Jay-Z get involved in that country album, do you not realize how much bigger that Beyonce album is if Jay-Z just put one verse on there?
I'd listen to it.
Boom. And the thing is, don't get it twisted. I would fucking listen to it just off that one Jay-Z album. The fact Jay-Z ain't interfering, he ain't crossing, he letting her do that. I stay on this side. I help you out in concerts. I help you out touring. I help you do all that. But when I come and try and jump in another lane that I ain't got to get into, that's where a lot of the issues come in. A lot of the times when people, they already superstars, but then when they want to go big on big, compared to, like, for example, let's say, and this just conspiracy theories, it's allegedly as well, Michael Jackson when he tried to buy Sony, Bill Cosby when he tried to buy CBS, R. Kelly when he tried to buy his whole catalog back. Little shit like that.
You remember last week when I said I think some of these guys are feds?
Facts. That goes back to
It goes back to this. And then, like, even with some of the conspiracies around Epstein, right? Some people say that he was a Mossad agent who was pretty much planted to get smut on people and then utilize that smut to leverage people, right? And we talked about this off mic. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it on camera. If I haven't, I've said it. I don't think everybody around Epstein was a creep. I think people around Epstein were okay with people being creeps, and that's for us to judge. I know publicly we're gonna say that we hate all creeps and this, that, and the third, but yo, niggas got creeps in their family. Niggas know people who got some nasty charges, and you don't stand by those charges. But just because people are sick fucks doesn't mean you stop loving them just because you love them. You just know that they're sick fucks and keep them over there and get the help that you need. And if you're a person who stops loving somebody because they're a sick fuck, you are indeed a sick fuck, because just because somebody's messed up doesn't mean they don't deserve to be loved. Like, how can you expect to ever heal somebody if they don't feel love? But that's not what the fuck I'm talking about. But again, I think, like, all these people get that smut put on them, so they're stuck. You know what I mean? Like, so now you can be handled. Do you think Jay-Z sold out?
That goes back to what I just said. No, I don't feel he had to.
You don't
Personally, I don't feel he had. When you say sold out, break that down. What you mean by that? Do you feel like sold out, like sold his soul, sold out is
Do you think he makes his own decisions, or do you think his handlers tell him what to do? Like, do you think he's his own person?
I feel exactly 100%. 100%. Only because, like I said, I feel he does what he wants to do. But when if one of those quote unquote guys need him to do something, absolutely he gonna go do it. Now that right there, that I don't feel that's selling your soul. I feel you doing one of them things like, you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Okay.
If you my homeboy and I'm helping you stay above float, and I'm making sure you ain't in none of this bullshit, if you can do that for me, yeah, I got you.
Did you see what Charlamagne had to say about it?
What is that?
So Charlamagne addressed the Jay-Z, Pusha T, and Eminem stuff on the Breakfast Club. And you know, Charlamagne is a paid spokesperson. Allegedly. Not really allegedly. That's a joke, guys. But he pretty much came out defending Jay-Z. And I sent it to Parlay Pete. I was like, even if I agree with him, I don't like this. I mean, because Charlamagne just signed that big deal with iHeart, you know what I mean? And business is business now, right? Like, don't get twisted. Business is business. And if you know how the media business works, business is business. And for him to come out and defend Jay-Z the way that he did, as one of the most powerful voices in urban hip hop media, it gets scary for me because when your big voices protect your big moguls, it's like, what are we protecting?
But do you remember why I told you? And I know you said you don't like him, but the reason why I love Charlemagne, he ain't never cut no corner on me. And that's being real. In the last 15 years that I've really been a fan of Charlemagne, excuse me, 10 for real, but 15 where I've been listening. The last 10 years that I've really been locked in on Charlemagne ain't never told no lie to me, bro. So for example, if you read his first book, he was telling stories behind the whole Diddy shit. He was telling how Diddy did him bad, how he did it with disrespect and talk crazy to him, blah, blah, blah. And he would tell how he know Diddy was doing bullshit. Again, it's not saying you got to be in there on a popularity contest. You ain't got to be on none of that. But he always said the exact same thing behind Jay. Jay was a businessman. When I seen Jay in rooms, Jay was damn the most time by himself, him or Tata. Like you see him and Ty or Beyonce, and when it's just them, you can't get like if we in here with Jimmy Iovine, we got 3 people at top with me at all times. But then again, when I'm moving around, I'm moving around most of the time with other big guys. Like these are big names that I'm with. So they got security, they got people wrapped around them. It's different. I feel like Jay ain't the nigga. The reason he was never trying to throw a wild Jay-Z party because he knew that wasn't his MO. Jay was a nigga that was always just let me play my role, let me drop music, let me make sure my if you look at his music, his entourage never won. Nobody in Rockefeller was ever a big deal other than Jay. Dame, he put a bunch of teams together and it will go up and down. But even being real,
I think that would lend people to believe that Jay is tied into the whole Epstein thing, and that's why he's at the level that he's at, the level that he's at, and the people around him aren't. So Dame Dash finding the talent that he had in running the record label the way that he did, there is no reason why Dame Dash doesn't still work. You know what I mean? What he built was too good.
But did you see
for him not to be good?
But before you say that, do you see how Dame Dash is to people? Don't get it twisted. Dame is a mogul forever. But the reason Dame don't get love in Hollywood or in period, Dame is a dick.
No, I'm with you. And so I think this isn't a yes or no thing, right? Is Dame a dick? Absolutely. Do I think that Dame may have made decisions that then allowed or put important people in positions to ensure that he's not successful? Absolutely. And if somebody decides to play ball, and like when you hear Dame tell the story, you hear the stories about him and Jay ultimately splitting, right? They started having meetings with Jay-Z and not Dame.
Because again, who's the big that
I know because Jay-Z is the talent, right?
Boom.
Jay-Z is the talent. They've now cultivated the talent and they got the following that Dame built, right? And they can take the talent and they can project the talent higher places because they have more resources, right? So Jay took that deal, right? He left his man's, quote unquote. His man's was fucking up business by being a dick. But then you start thinking about it. Was he really being a dick? Or excuse me, did he get written out totally because he was being a dick? Or if you believe some of this conspiracy stuff, because you've been down the Epstein rabbit hole and how it's tied back to power and all of this stuff, right? Did Dame piss off the wrong people?
Yes. But that's all.
But like was Dame out of pocket for it?
Yes.
Or because it's like, and I didn't know we were gonna make this a Jay and Dame conversation.
We ain't.
And I'm not even saying I'm on Dame's side of this. But if Dame pretty much says, "Hey, these people took Jay and they did this and that, and they're blackballing me, and they keep coming after me for every little thing that I do and every red cent that I got because of X, Y, and Z," it might lead you to believe that Jay-Z done some shit and he's being protected by certain people, and Dame is somebody who's telling you the truth, but he's being called the crazy motherfucker because he's less successful, but he's not. His success his lack of success isn't because of his talent and his business. It's because people are actively putting roadblocks in front of him to make something that would take 2 steps, take goddamn 50.
No, I hear what you're saying, but I don't agree with that only because, again, bro, fuck Jay-Z now at this point.
Okay.
We ain't even got to talk Jay-Z no more. This dude is the first, and people don't realize this. This guy's the first person to put Kevin Hart in a movie. The first person to put Kevin Hart in a movie. Okay, if you don't remember, the movie was in 2007, Paper Soldiers. Yeah. What I'm telling you is this. I think Soul Plane came out in 2009, 2010, and 2010. The reason I'm saying all this is, yes, I ain't gonna say I created. Me and my partner Jay-Z, we created what we are. Compared to what we done did, that we went to the roof and we stopped. We done now. I built another superstar. Or excuse me, I was in line with another super mega star. And the fact of it is, he don't even want to work with me because I talk to him crazy.
What if he took that same poison pill that Jay took?
We can't do that all the time because, again, now we're going to keep doing that. Yes, I understand one time that it's an issue if he say something and whatever, but the same person's not going to say the exact same shit to you if it's not even a splash of truth.
But if you're talking about 2 extremely powerful people who are titans in their industry, we're not talking about Kevin. We're not talking about like Mike Epps instead of Kevin Hart, a great comedian who's made a lot of money. We're talking about the guy who is great, but also has the battery in his back and is promoted, empowered, and funded by the right people.
So then let's not even go there. Then we can go Benny Siegel. Benny Siegel said the exact same shit.
Again,
you know what I'm saying? Again,
I'm just saying 2 things can be true. Dame Dash could be a dick, but Dame Dash could also be being blackballed because he saw bullshit. He saw bullshit in the business and he wanted his fair cut and fuck them because we created this. We didn't need y'all to get this. And if y'all get out the way, we can keep doing this. And they was like, "Hey, no, bro, you gotta get off the elevator right here."
So gatekeeping is 1,000,000% a thing. I won't change that at all. Gatekeeping is a thing for sure, but that gatekeeping can only come when you're really a megastar. And if Dame Dash was really what he expected or thought he was, he wouldn't be gatekept. They wouldn't be able to do that on him. Respectfully, Tyler Perry came in and blew up. Expect in 2010. My thing is, bro, if
Tyler Perry man taking that same poison pill because you see the allegations are coming out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying the people you were pointing out are the top 1%ers, and there is a conspiracy argument that the top 1%ers are all tied into this whole
Dame Dash is in the Epstein file. That's what I'm gonna let you know. Dame Dash is in there as well. So again, my thing is, like I said, if that's the case, at one point in time, Dame Dash was the top 1%er. So when you're a top 1%er, you can voice your opinion. You can say what you want to say. And so my thing is, like I said, bro, at one particular time, he was bigger than Kevin Hart. So that's the only reason why I won't push that narrative as a thing. But again, like I don't want to keep living on Jay and them on it. I want to move on to this nigga, but I do want.
Hold on, man.
Because I got a bunch of shit on the
because he's a top 1%er, so he can talk his shit. It don't matter who you are. Everybody should be entitled to speak.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But again, when you're a top 1%er, your voice is a lot louder than everybody else's.
But it shouldn't be.
There shouldn't be it's a lot of shit it shouldn't be.
I know, we just gotta put it out there.
Exactly. I get it, but yes, a lot of shit that shouldn't be. But again, like I said, our podcast should be bigger than a lot of shit. But again, there's some folks that'll do a lot more shit that'll get that deal with iHeart than we will. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just different, bro.
I ain't gonna hold you. I be trying to work on some of the things that I say because I'm like, would I go work for iHeart?
100%.
If the money's right.
100%.
But would iHeart want to hire me? Buddy.
I mean, personally, We get the content out. Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, you know,
We
my
gotta keep
problem.
pushing it out.
Well, my problem is I talk about people on these platforms and how I feel like they're bought and sold. And
Bro,
all that
that's
stuff.
what Charlamagne been doing that for 10 years. Fucking Joe Budden doing it right now.
Niggas
$1 million
selling
worth-
ass too.
$1 million worth of game doing it. But look, let me get back to the Epstein file. So, like I say, is what we was going with is my next. I got another part that, like I said, that we went Jay-Z and Pusha first.
Okay.
My next jumper, brother. Have you read first before I even say anything? The George Bush Sr. Has anybody heard about that? Have y'all even broke that down? Just a splash. Have you heard?
No.
All right, cool. I want to tell you about George Bush Sr. So one, George Bush Sr. was having, it's alleged, supposedly having like these big ass yacht parties in Alaska. No, Antarctica. Excuse me. I'm lying. They was going to Antarctica doing boat parties. Remind you, fucking full of ice and snow, right? They had an island, allegedly again, that they were all going to. Tell me why. Again, this is all written down in the files. They were going and they were sacrificing babies on the boat where they eating intestines, like baby shit, everything, like the whole, all of these 1%ers. You know what I'm saying? Roy, have you ever heard of a man named Roy Maxwell? Jane Maxwell?
No, I only know one James Maxwell.
Okay. No, not James, Jane.
Oh, Jane. No.
Jane Maxwell. All right, cool. Let me
Is it somebody related to Ghislaine?
Huh?
Is it somebody?
What you just say? Say that one more time.
Is it somebody related to Ghislaine?
What is Ghislaine? What's Ghislaine? You just said, what's Ghislaine?
Ghislaine is
Listen, people.
Is Epstein's mama son.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the lady who does recruiting.
You said, wait, just
her
that's
dad,
Epstein's what?
His mama son.
His what?
The housewife.
One more time.
The house mom.
His what?
The house mom.
Okay, cool.
Son.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Last time.
And then, you know, they say her dad,
Roy Maxwell,
was a very important rich guy. He's a big Zionist. And I did see some of the talks of how they felt about, especially our people.
all right. Fuck that. Don't even go there yet. I want you to stay right here.
Okay.
All right. So you just said the Ghislaine Maxwell. Number one, before we move any further, when we were kids, any book, and I mean any book, any math books.
Oh yeah. They own the book company. Yeah,
that's-
all them school books. You should throw that shit out.
everywhere in America.
Yeah,
That's everywhere in America.
Yeah. We've been taught, like, because I've been studying a lot of history because
Mhm.
I didn't have a job for 5.5 months.
Mhm.
Boy, let me tell you, you get bored.
Mm-hmm.
I started studying a lot of history, and just let me tell you,
Mm-hmm.
it goes back to our conversation of looking at the Douce bottle,
Mm-hmm.
right? We were taught history from a perspective,
Mm-hmm.
a very slim perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that perspective isn't true, but a very slim perspective. And that's where we build our foundation on. So the average American has built their foundation on world history and the reason behind world events on a very shaky foundation. People truly believe that World War II was a war that was strictly just fought because Hitler was trying to was trying to take over the world. Yes, Hitler was trying to take over the world, but Hitler was being funded by American banks.
Well, what you just said,
Yeah.
you said World War II, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back to World War again. Like I said, this shit
Yeah.
get deep. This shit get deep. Do you know the one thing that'll start the World War III? The only thing right now that will start World War III.
No.
I'll tell you, because it's in the Epstein files right now. The only thing that'll start a war that'll start World War III, the only thing is if China and Russia come over to Antarctica. Remember, I just told you that's where they go do their yacht parties and all that. If they come over to Antarctica and they start trying to take water and take fluids and take stuff back from Antarctica over to their lands, that's the only thing that will start World War III in this whole, for the rest of our livings. That will be the only thing that can start a fight. Because one thing you don't realize, the only place in the whole world that all of those top 1%ers can get fed from is where?
Probably Antarctica. They
Boom.
Down now.
That's the only place that everybody can eat off
It's
of.
too cold to go down there. Like,
And we don't realize how much life is over there. You understand what I'm saying? So again,
now to put it out there, that's conspiracy.
That's conspiracy, y'all. We don't realize how much is over there. But
It's very believable.
Listen, that's all we saying is, and so, but let me get back, because again, like I said, I don't want to keep going on long. So apparently, Bush back in the day, the daddy, he was taking a bunch of his billionaire friends. He was taking a bunch of the kids. He was taking a bunch of just regular slaves at that particular time. The way he was keeping his power going, the way he was keeping his whole aura of who, who he was strictly off sacrifice and going over and doing the wild shit, like to the point where a lot of the files that came back, a lot of people didn't believe that those particular crews that was over there were human. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of reptilian plays on that as well. So supposedly George Bush, Roy Maxwell, Jane Maxwell, Epstein, who else was involved in this particular time in this case? Epstein, Robert De Niro, the producer, you know the Asian producer, his dad was the owner, like Benihana. He's a DJ now. But anyway, Steve Aoki, his dad. All of these particular guys was all on this boat. They have pictures and they have files, they have documents that's proven all of these guys sat over for 2 hours straight, ate intestines, kid intestines. Was and when I say intestines, I mean eating like children's feces. You know what I'm saying? Like actually going and cleaning the, whatever, and actually eating the intestines whole. They're going and eating children's hearts. They eating children's livers, the whole works. But then on top of that, before the kid is 8, the whole sacrifice was to cut off their foot. Like go and get a samurai sword, which in George Bush is the one who's allegedly doing this himself, going and cutting their feet off all 5 of the toes, putting it in a stew, and this is how we keep our power. Then we eat these little motherfuckers right after. So again, like I said, that's the one top part that really, the second part of that Epstein file that has really been whooping my shoes off. But the third part, this is Lee, is Epstein. He has a bank account, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And not only is the bank account, it's only one name that's on this bank account. It ain't no number, it ain't no account number, ain't no routing number, ain't no nothing. It's one bank account. It has, as the name of it, it says Ball. Ball, right? I went back and I did the whole little breakdown on it. What does that mean? That breaks down as the cabal. All right. So the cabal is where, and excuse me. Before I go to the cabal, let me go back to. I didn't even say that. Did I speak on the Maxwell family yet?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Before I go to the cabal, let me go back to the Maxwell family. Remind you, I said that every book that we had growing up, they were the ones who published these books. And the company, y'all go back and check this right now. It is called
right here.
Pergamon Press. And if you go back and you look and you actually look in your Bible, Pergamon, that is one of the 7 churches that believed in Satan and sacrifices in the Bible. All right, now this is factuals. You can Google it. Go to Chat GPT. Go to your Google, whatever you want to. If y'all want to check this out for yourself, Pergamon Church, excuse me, is what it's called. If y'all want to check it out, in the Bible, like I said, they believe in Satan, children sacrifices, blood sacrifice, whatever. These are the guys who believe that the devil is the one that's on earth. He's the one who believes in all the greed, the money, the fame, the all this and that, right? So, excuse me. When he broke that down, and you go back and you look in your book right now, or excuse me, you go look still again, Google it, Chat GPT, whatever. The books that we had when we were in school were published by, and I quote, Pergamon Press. Children sacrifices, devil worshipers, and we're the children that's reading, that's going through these books and breaking this shit down every day, trying to make a lesson, saying we making a lesson on shit, but don't even realize what we doing. Motherfuckers playing in our face wide open, and we so naive we don't even realize what we read. You get what I'm saying? So,
but you know the problem is,
what's that?
These entities are so large and interconnected that there's not a loud, credible voice that can project a message that the masses can get behind. And that's the beauty of whoever holds power, right? I'm not going to accuse anybody of holding power because I don't know, because I don't have it. But people who get power, they try to retain power. And then they do things to retain power, and then they lose who they are because they become so obsessed with power. And now think about this, right? If these guys are out here really like sacrificing babies and eating all this stuff, just think about just how much they desire power. Fuck sucking dick, you know what I mean? Kill a family member, do this, or go to prison for this amount of time. No, you gonna eat babies, you know what I mean? Babies. That's, and again, this is stuff that's alleged. Like, I mean, it's alleged. It's in the Epstein files. This, that, and the third.
Yeah. Sorry, okay, keep going.
I just couldn't do nothing about it.
Okay, no, you good.
And you just think about the way people do all of that stuff just for power, and it's like, wow. You know, and somebody listening to this could think this stuff is disgusting. It is. It is.
100%.
But you'd also be shocked what you do in those situations. Like, I'm not even going to play around and say what I do, because on the podcast, I'm going to say, hell no, I wouldn't do all of that stuff, right? Absolutely not.
But when you in that situation, what do you feel like is you have to do if that is the case?
You also know you're protected.
Fact.
You know what I mean?
But let me ask you, do you feel like even being that protected, do you feel like that's one of the things to where you...
Today, I say I wouldn't, because I don't want to be corrupted in that way. Like, I never want somebody to have a secret on me that can't come out and I can't bounce back from. So like when you sell your soul, right? If you get involved in something like this, and I don't know these things to be true, but I believe that secret societies exist that help like a pool of power together, right? I don't want it that way, because you got power, but you don't have independence. So you can't do what you want with the power because you're compromised. You're extremely compromised. So yeah, it's crazy for me. I think we've had enough TV shows, enough whispers, enough this and that would tell us that there is an underworld that exists that controls what's going on.
Facts.
But I don't know what's what, because there's a part of me that, although I believe that the stuff coming out of the Epstein files are true, I don't know to what degree. I don't think everything is true, but I do think it speaks to something that needs to be investigated and taken care of. But at the same time, you talked about Antarctica. We got stuff going on in the Arctic. We got stuff going on in Iran. We got stuff going on in Minneapolis. We got like law, like citizenship being revoked in America. We're like shutting down the borders. The president's talking about changing up, like creating these voting centers and like creating these, like the feds regulating voting to make sure that the votes are handled right. And then you got him going in with, like, he went to Fulton County last week and they did some stuff, and now Fulton County suing the federal government. So you got all of this stuff going on, and I'm like, yo, are the Epstein files a distraction? And not to say that they're not true and this stuff isn't disgusting and these people need to be held accountable for it.
That is tough.
But like, is it also a distraction from somebody who's in power that's compromised trying to maintain power? I'm watching House of Cards right now, so my conspiracy senses are really high. But what I've learned is the best shows in history feel like real life. I ain't met a nigga who watched House of Cards that didn't like it. Everybody who watched it they've been telling me to watch it for years, and I finally just got to it. You know what I mean? And you go, well, there's a lot of corruption here. You got this and that. And then you talked about the Bushes. The Bushes were funded by Enron. Enron was a Ponzi scheme that not crashed, but fucked up the stock market. People went to jail, but the Bushes didn't.
Wait, before you even go there, because I got one last part.
And that's not even conspiracy. Like that. This is actual.
Facts.
This is facts on paper that everybody accepts.
Bro, before you even keep going, this honestly is my last part of the night. Because again, like I said, I literally can give you hours on this shit. I done got to the point where I'm so locked in on this Epstein shit. It actually is sickening. But long story short,
I like that fella.
Is sickening, bro.
Oh, bro, I love that shit.
Is when I tell you
It's better than sex.
is when you made that, what you just said, when you hear the real story behind Bill Gates. Bill Gates is more of a fuck nigga than we ever, but again, we can't even call him a fuck nigga. We can call him, he's more of a nigga than we ever expected him to be a nigga. So look, it's like this. So a week before Microsoft was getting ready to crash, Bill calls all his friends. Bring. Hey, listen, guys, I need y'all to trust me. I need you to pull out right now. Everything you got invested in Microsoft, I need you to pull it out right now. I don't give a damn what it is. Pull it out right now. Do you know the exact number that Bill, which this is for the first time in life in the last 40 years, this is the first time this number has ever came out. Do you not know how much Bill Gates left the scene with?
How much?
Bill Gates pulled out a week before Microsoft crashed. 1 week. 1 week, people. Y'all go and Google this if I'm lying. This nigga pulled out 1 week before Microsoft crashed. He cleared up $357 billion. Do you hear me? 357 billion untouched, unplayed with. He didn't miss a dollar. He pulled out before anything did anything. And the person who told him that was Jeffrey Epstein. Hey, Microsoft is about to go under. You need to pull out right now. Check me out now. You have, he said exact words. You have 72 hours from this conversation right now. It was a week before that. He found out a week before. Bill Gates found out a week before. 3 days up until the shit was actually happening. He was already pulled out. Remind you, before that call, 72 hours, he was already pulled out 100%. He was already done. Excuse me. But he got that specific call 72 hours before that play was getting ready to happen. Hey, you got to clean everything out. Anybody you got involved, get them out of there. It was people that lost life savings, lost everything behind that. Behind this one play. Bro. When I tell you Bill Gates and 4 other people, 4. So 5 people in all, bro. 5 people was able to go sell sweet. Steal sweat. Beat Steve who?
Steve Ballmer had to be one.
Is
Clippers owner?
Steve Bannon. Wait, let me see.
No, you talking about Steve Bannon?
I know Steve Bannon? Okay.
Yeah,
Steve Bannon was one of them as well. could be Steve Ballmer, but I know Steve Banning was one. I thought that's what you just said. Steve Banning was one that pulled out as well.
Bro.
Steve Banning started his whole interviewing company, publishing company behind this shit.
Bro.
You feel what I'm saying? So,
bro, this shit is crazy, and I've told people this.
Mhm.
Ruben seen it for years,
Mhm.
but it came from a different place. I think the stock market's fake.
Mm-hmm.
It's all speculation,
Mm-hmm.
and money real money moves around, but it's all fake. You know, I hate the stock market.
Mm-hmm.
Why should it's like, hey, I want you to fund my company, and if it works, we'll give you some money. But also, we're gonna drive up our costs. Like I'm paying to build up your business. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I get like a little piece back.
Mhm.
I don't like it. But here's one thing before we get out of here. And we didn't really talk about it much on the show last week, and I didn't talk about it on Washington Winning, but like the whole Minneapolis thing. We've seen 2 people get killed by ICE in Minneapolis. Law enforcement is not supposed to make the final decision. They're only supposed to, detain people until a decision is made, because we have people who are appointed to do those. And to see law enforcement taking justice into their own hands in situations where it wasn't necessary, it's a scary thing. And there's been different conversations around it, because obviously, as Black Americans, we say, hey, ICE ain't our problem because we're citizens. But I just say, anytime that we see law enforcement being empowered to have its way with the citizens, it's a scary thing. And from what we've seen in Black history, that's being Black History Month, I just think it's important for us to be vigilant. I think it's important for us to be aware, be active. I ain't telling y'all niggas to go jump in front of a bullet either. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, don't just think, hey, they going after foreigners. Look here, man. This 2025 was the first year that white people had less kids than minorities. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And there are those who believe that a lot of this stuff is rooted in Project 2025 and the Great Replacement Theory. So if those things are true, it may not start with Black folks, but it could end with Black folks. So in this Black History Month, be aware, be vigilant, stand up for what's right, do what's best for you, do what's best for us. What you may think is best for you may not be what I would do. What I think is best for me may not be what you would do. But do what you think is best, fight in the ways that you believe are best, and that can get something across. And in communities, leaders need to find ways to combat this attack on people. Because yes, we can say they're people, those people, but at the end of the day, these are acts against people. And if we as people can't look at acts against people as wrong and find some humanity, it doesn't matter where somebody was born. It doesn't matter what they look like. When we start seeing human lives being taken for existing or for standing up for people who are just existing, and we don't see that as a people problem, then we the people have a problem. Got anything else you want to add? I just wanted to because I didn't talk about that Minnesota shit, and I felt like a dickhead.
No, me and my cousin actually have a full breakdown on that. I just want to say my whole thing is fuck ICE.
How's she doing?
Oh, she good, man. She was actually one of the doctors that was killed. He was actually right there in her office.
Oh yeah, because she worked at the VA, don't she?
Yeah, one of the guys that was killed, he worked in her office. Like actually, a guy she spoke with daily, you know what I'm saying, since she been there. So she was fucked up pretty good behind it. So again, like I said, and I'm standing with the fam before anything. Fuck ICE. Really serving no purpose behind nothing here for real. So again.
Well, if she needs an ear, I'm available.
Oh, you tell her that, AC. I don't give a fuck. But
I'm just
You
saying,
know.
I'm a great listener. I'm a
maybe AC, maybe. But again, man,
I
fuck
create-
Ice.
I create space.
Y'all, man, listen, dude. Y'all make sure y'all come out party with us. Fuck AC. We're not listening to him. February 28th, man. Y'all get out. Make sure y'all come party with the vets. Rooster didn't show up tonight. He said he was gonna be here lame ass. He didn't show up. Me and AC, we held it down.
We should
man.
find him.
Yeah, we gonna mark him up. He gonna end up, getting put under the bed.
Yeah, he getting a demerit.
Yeah, good. We gonna sit him outside for what's the DP for the Village Vet DP. That's it, Village Vet DP.
Hey, I'll tell you a funny story about Rue.
What?
He got kicked out of class one time in 10th grade. It was in U.S. history.
Mhm.
And we was in the trailers.
That's when I was getting the new school built.
Nah, I mean, yeah, but we was just in the trailers.
Gotcha.
Because it's gas, trailer. Bunch of them. Whole lot of them.
Whole
You
lot
go to
of-
class in them, a lot of people lived in them. You know?
Yeah.
I was one of them. Yeah, shit, I am one of them. You know what I'm saying? But now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Teacher forgot about it.
Forgot he was outside. Oh, so he was outside the whole class.
In the cold.
Oh shit. Did he act up? He knocked on the door? Of course, Rudy. Of course he did.
He was like, oh, I forgot. Cause like it was like dead ass cold. And you know, like you might get kicked out of class. And you might even grab your coat because you think, bro, I ain't gonna be out that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
He in and out this motherfucker. He ain't gonna keep me out here that long. Man, it's freezing. 30 minutes later. Yeah, we out here freezing still. I get it. Yeah.
Shit, man. Shout out to Rue, man. He was the only nigga I really fucked with that was in my class.
Shout out Rooster, man. Hey, but yeah, it's February 28th, man. Y'all get y'all big asses up, get out, make sure y'all get ready. We're gonna start throwing out these tickets for everybody.
Yeah,
We're gonna start getting the merch out. We're gonna start letting everybody know, man. Village Vets, we coming to party with y'all.
Yeah. I made the event bright. Once we finish everything, we'll get that circulated.
All right, for sure then. Well, shit, I'm gonna be posting it on my store, Village Vets. It's another week, baby. We're gonna be able to lock out. I need y'all to make sure y'all stay on top because I will be back with the Village Vets. I said, but with the Epstein stories part 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Right now, this is just episode 1. I ain't break down a bunch of shit. Next week, I'm coming with that gang. So everybody, so y'all stink and know what time it is, man. Village Vets. We'll see y'all next week, baby. Let's get it.